going to start us off. You see the title there, right? Well, I'm going to start us off with a little something different this morning. This is going to be a little exercise, which means you might have to do some standing. So I'm going to ask a question, and if it's true for you, I want you to stand. And I want you to look around. Okay, we'll start off with, I wrote my list here so I don't go too far off. Here's my first question. Yes, I'm going to participate too. Okay? Who likes meat lover pizza? Take a look how many other people like meat lover pizza. Okay, sit down. Who likes veggie pizza? Oh my goodness, look at that one. Woo! Okay, sit down. Who of you were a class clown? Oh, there we go. Look at some surprises there, right? Oh, Rainey, you were no surprise. Who is never on time? Sit down. All right. Who has a tattoo? Oh, there we go. I want one, but I don't have one. Okay. Who has ever been bullied? Pretty many. Yeah, look at that. Okay, sit down. Who has beat cancer? Yes, yes. Yes. Woo, in the process. I love it. Who is in the process of beating cancer and healing from cancer? Yes. Who believes that they were created in the image and likeness of God? Oh, yes. I want to see almost everybody believing that one. Good. Awesome. Sit down. What was the point of this? This exercise to get you to not fall asleep during the talk, right? Got your blood moving. But truly, building community. Thank you. It's exactly it. We all come in here as the I. Where'd that title go? We all come in here as the I. But when you get into a community, you become a we. And that's how you build community. And this is a community. This is a perfect example of a community. Differences. Differences in pizza favorites. Differences in so many of these questions that I asked you. But yet, we come together as one body. We are united as a human family, one body. I am here because we are. Now we can go to that next one. Please. There's a sign in a local gym, and I'm not sure, can you read it from there? I'll read it to you. And it says, yeah, it's a little hard for me to read from this far away, too. All right. The primary goal of lifting weights is safety of movements. When working with heavy weights, use a spotter to help decrease the risk of serious injury. Anybody work out at a gym? Anybody do free weights? I don't, but if you have, you know what this is talking about, right? When you're getting into heavy weights, you need a spotter, because if you don't and you have problems, you can have extreme serious injury. Well, guess what? It's the same thing with you in your life. When life gets heavy, and whatever that is, whatever the situation that's creating the heaviness, You need a spotter. You need community. Because they're there to help lift you up so that you don't have serious permanent injury. I like that analogy. You know, this week I got a call from Colleen Sutton. Many of you know her, and she has created a big wedding venue in Milton, Kentucky. So we don't see her so much anymore here, but she and I stay in contact. And she called and she said a very dear friend of hers, father, passed away this week, and he was a man who prayed every day, but he didn't have a church, and they want to know if you would do the funeral for him. Now, took a couple days of talking with the family, and they were still in immediate grief, and then now they were getting their head together of planning, and the date that they chose was not something I was able to do. But I just share that with you because as I'm talking with the family, we haven't set a date. They hadn't set a date yet, but they set a place. And it's a local coffee shop in Harrison. I think it's, I'm not sure, Coffee Cupboard? Coffee Peddler, that's it. Coffee Peddler. They're going to have the celebration of life service at the Coffee Peddler. And then they tell me the date. And then I'm like, daggone it, I would have loved to have done that at a coffee shop. But the whole reason I'm sharing that with you is, do you realize why we have celebration of life services? Some people call them funerals. We call them celebration of life services. Why? Because it's an opportunity for community to come together and share with the family their grief, their joys, and I can tell you 9, if not 10 times out of 10, after the immediate service is done, they go and have coffee or whatever. In this case, they're for sure going to have coffee. You hear the laughter in the room. It shifts from tears of sadness to tears of joy. Why? Community. Community is so important. Let's look at that next one. Yeah, communities are a crucial part of human connection. In today's excessively independent and isolated world, come together in person whenever you can and wherever you can. You know, COVID had some good things and COVID had some really bad things. The isolation was really bad. And I look at some of you who lost your loved ones during the COVID period, and it was really isolated. And I did several celebration of life services in that COVID period. All masked up, nobody's allowed to hug. It was just such a tough time to watch people having to grieve like this. It's almost like we were all lepers, right? It just felt like that. But the good part was once we got to the other side and we realized how much we missed community. We were blessed here. We were very blessed because we were able to shift from Zoom only to drive-in church. And we got to connect car to car, and that's when I realized how important community is. Because I'd park my car, not me, but people would park their car next to Patrick, wind the window down and wave, right? I went around from car to car with a see-through mask on and saying namaste to everybody in their cars. We did honkalooyas. Do you remember that one? If you agreed, honk your horn. Oh my gosh. If it was raining, we did drive-in church with swish, 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 swish. Those were the good old days, right? And remember, you brought your lawn. They were. We figured out how to do community. We did Christmas Eve service on Zoom, but we lined the sidewalk, do you remember this? With bags so everybody could have their candle at home to light your Christ candle, as I did the service in front of my Christmas tree at home. And we all lit our candles on the Zoom screen. We couldn't wait to get back to each other. We had to work on keeping that live connection and being able to see people pull up, and we got to hand them their bag. It was like the closest thing to touching and hugging, right? Sticking this bag in your window. It was crazy time, but it said how resilient human beings are, and we were made for connection. We were made for every single one of these 8 habits of love that I've been talking about, and today is the 8th, and it's about community. Let's go to that next slide, please. One of the marvelous things about community is that it enables us to welcome and help people in a way we couldn't as individuals. Think about that. There's power in numbers, isn't there? When we pull our strength and share the work and responsibility, we can welcome many people, even those in deep distress, and perhaps help them find self-confidence and inner being. I'm telling you right now, I want you to acknowledge, that's what my mission is today, is to get you to acknowledge the power of Unity of Garden Park community. There are so many people that feel the energy in the parking lot, and they haven't even walked in the door. There is someone here that came for the first time today and didn't know a soul, but she felt the energy in that lobby because it was just hitting her. But she was also receptive. But I'm just saying, uh-oh, God's calling. Somebody take it. This is what community as a whole can shift. The energy in this room can shift somebody who is feeling distressed, as this slide says, and nobody said a word. Do you feel it when you come in here? I don't know how you can't. It's just palpable. The love and the energy without anybody hugging, without anybody saying a word. And that's how we held it together during COVID. We couldn't touch, we couldn't hug, but we never lost community. We never lost the sense of community. I like this one here. Call it a clan, call it a network, call it a tribe, call it a family. Whatever you call it, and whoever you are, you need one. Take a picture of that. Post that on your Facebook page. These are the kind of things you need to be putting on your Facebook page. We all look for our tribe, don't we? And we have many tribes. Like I said, I don't even remember when I said the Y. You know, there's a lot of people that have the Y as a tribe. There's a lot of people that have groups that are adamant about the earth and clean water. That's a tribe, okay? We have groups that get together here. The men's group is a tribe. They come together, very different, various ages, but they come together as a tribe because they want to grow spiritually. Men, take note. Is that next week? When is it meeting? Men's group? September 14th, third Saturday of every month. Second Saturday of every month. I'll repeat that because I made an error. Second Saturday of every month, men getting together no matter what ages. Don't miss it, because there's another tribe for you. It's powerful. Whatever you call it, you all need one. And I understand that many of you, I know Leslie, she's got a tribe on Zoom, you know. Lois, you got a tribe on Zoom. Many others have tribes on Zoom. Those are great. They're wonderful. You can't have enough common tribes. But I am saying that having a tribe in person, there is a feeling of there's an energy field going on. You can feel it on Zoom a little bit, you know, you can. But there's a reason why people are starting to realize they're coming back. I know I hear the statistics of churches going down and closing. I stand at any meeting I'm with ministers and say, ours is not. We're growing. We're not to the numbers we were when we closed for COVID, but we're getting there because we're steadily growing, because people realize what it does to come to this community and to just love each other up, and then you go home and you feel how much better, right? I know, you can have the crappiest Sunday morning, and you come in here and you're gonna leave feeling up. And that's how you wanna face your week. And that's why I tell people all the time too. I say, I don't wanna leave my church of origin or whatever they're going to. I'm like, you don't have to leave it. Just come to the 11 o'clock service here because you're gonna feel better for the week. There's guaranteed you're gonna have something to leave with. Let's, let's go to what's the next slide? Do I have it? Yeah. Martin Luther King. Let us live together in peace and love in a beloved community. Who in here had a fight with somebody this morning? Stand up. Be honest, right? Because life, right? Okay. Who in here was rushing to get here this morning? Somebody couldn't get up, I heard. Oh my gosh. Who in here has grandchildren? Oh, there we go, another exercise because I found somebody's falling asleep. There we go. Look at all these grandparents. Oh my goodness gracious. Who in here's retired? Oh, I'm jealous of you. You are semi, yes. Oh, no. What a beautiful community we have. It's amazing. And I know in this book, it talks from Reverend Ed Bacon. He says, and I get it, he says, even when I'm taking Sunday off, I want to be there. Not to do the talk, but just to be there with my family. Because this is my family too. You are my tribe. And vice versa. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let's go to the affirmation, please. Mm-hmm. Let's say this together. I seek never-ending transformation. Is that true? Yes. I think that's why you're here, because there's never-ending transformation. Okay, therefore, I seek community. And when I do that, the community thrives. Oh, say that one again. I seek never-ending transformation. Therefore, I seek community. And when I do that, the community thrives. I am going to just really summarize these 8 habits of love. Because to me, this is if you only could see what I've got marked and underlined, it's just so much. And I remember Tony back there in the camera booth, after she read it right away and she sent me a message, I love this book. it's a good tool book to have in your on your bookshelf, not just for looks. Because the first habit was generosity, being generous not only to others, but generous to who? Yourself. The second one was about the habit of stillness. The habit of stillness, we do that every Sunday, but it's really healthy to do that every day, to be sometime in the stillness. Third habit was practicing the habit of truth, to stand up for what you know is your truth and be your authentic self. I should have added, in the vibration of love. Because we can stand up for our truth just like the bully just treated us, right? The habit of candor, same thing. This is following the 4 agreements of being impeccable with your word. Be honest and still speak from a place of love. We must have play. We must have play. Unless you change and become like little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. That's out of Matthew 18. The habit of play restores us to our true selves. Play more. The habit of forgiveness. I will say this till the cows come home. This is the best book I've ever read for myself, and that's Radical Forgiveness by Colin Tipping. Forgiveness does not mean reconciliation, but the most important person you need to forgive first is yourself. Then forgive others, because what does forgiving do? It frees me. Then last week it was compassion. We practiced the habit of compassion. We're making a choice to reflect for others something that they no longer see in themselves. That's why you have compassion for the animals. They cannot see it for themselves. That's why we have compassion for somebody on the street that's got a sign out. You may give them something, you may not, but don't tell me you don't have compassion, because they cannot see it for themselves. So it's a big, important word, compassion. Compassion. And today was we all need community. It gives us courage, inspires us to change, and it also holds us accountable. Community helps us access the realization that we don't have to carry the weight. Community is my spotter. You're my spotters. Do you ever think of it that way? You're my spotters. So every time I feel like I have a heavy weight, where's my spotters? I'm looking at you right now. And vice versa, right? Yes, that's the truth of it. I am closing with a video. Now this video, I want you to guess, just look at that picture. But this video is about this little one is having a bad day, and look at his face continually as he meets another bad day and another bad day. Starts off with he's getting fired from the boss. Short video. You're fired. Uh-oh. Oh no. I gotta get my car. Uh-oh. Enter the kingdom, you must be like a little child. Namaste. The Christ, that child, Christ presence in me truly sees that child, Christ presence And each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Goodness.